talking about the 2022 White House Correspondents Association dinner. Trevor Noah headlines the night. Ultimate lib. And we got some other libs and consent manufacturers that get up along the way. And we're not going to watch the entire thing. I'm just going to try to stick to maybe the funny bits. So here we go.
I know there was some talk about my not coming this year. And I admit the thought did cross my mind.
Here we go.
George always says he's delighted to come to these press dinners. Baloney.
It is great to be here at the Washington Hilton. It's something a prostitute might say to a congressman.
That's a little problematic to call people prostitutes. They're not second-class citizens, y'all. They're sex workers, dude. What the fuck are you doing, man? What is this? Is this Daily Show shit? Get the fuck out of here, man.
Isn't that what the confirmation process is all about here in Washington? Weeding out the truly qualified to get to the truly available.
Well, here in one room we have members of the media, politicians, corporate executives, advertisers, lobbyists, and celebrities.
And of course, this is from previous years, yeah.
Celebrities. Everything that is wrong with America is here in this room tonight.
With that, I just have two more words to say. Obama out.
Oh my God, the libs memed on that forever. They thought that was the funniest thing.
We're back from Washington. It's the White House Correspondents' Dinner with special appearances by Gayle King, Cecilia Vega, Yamiche Alcindor, the President of the United States, and tonight's headliner, Trevor Noah. But first, from the White House, the host of Late Late Show.
Trevor Noah, you know the guy that speaks to power?
James Corden.
Hello, members of the White House Press Corps. I'm a British talk show host who lives in Los Angeles.
Why?
So who better than I?
Why?
To come down here to the White House and see if I can get a job.
You hate this more than your job? Sadly, this is my job. I have to react to this for you. I do this for you. And then I beg you for $5 at a time. Please support the channel. You can support on Patreon for $3 a month or more. Love your face. Yeah, James Corden is chat's favorite.
Come in.
Mr. President.
Well, how are you?
I'm very well, so good to see you.
I can't believe
I'm
this.
here at the White House today, and I really want to be of
Just here, manufacturing consent.
service. And I'm wondering if you think there's any department here at the White House that could use my help.
Why are you asking a war criminal if he needs your help?
I certainly do. The press room. You should go be with the press.
You want me to be the face
Absolutely.
of the party who tells the truth to America. I hear you loud and clear.
All right.
I'll be right back.
Lots of luck.
Where would I find that office?
Left, right, left, and don't come back.
This is just like 1984 Animal Crossing.
Message received. Sorry, I'm looking for Jen Psaki.
Oh my God.
Jen? Hi. How are you?
Oh my God, you're playing right into their hands, dude. Is this guy an op or an asset or what is going on here?
I'm good, how are you?
How nice to see you.
Oh my
Are you well?
God.
I'm good. What are you doing here?
We figured, you know, people in the White House
Consent.
work long hours.
He's just down in the consent manufacturing mines.
Take over the.
This is what it looks like.
Does that sound like a good idea?
That sounds really good.
This is how that
Really?
sausage is made.
My hunch is this whole thing is just a walk in the park.
Maybe
Subtitle,
I can
sorry.
write you some notes. War with Russia.
Well,
Bad.
keep it light, Jen. Yeah.
CDC. Good.
Really?
okay.
They've been pissing me off.
Economy. Strong.
Is it?
Iran. Diplomacy. Good.
Is it?
Diplomacy good. What if I get asked about Kim and Pete?
We love love around here, so I think that's a safe place to be.
Has he watched the new Kardashians on Hulu?
I don't think he's had a ton of time.
He's not
to
seen
do
it?
that.
He's not seen it.
No, he's
Okay,
probably
well,
not seen it.
That's a problem.
So last thing, is that what you're gonna wear?
Dude. The state has got the media in their fucking pocket. You have to see this relationship.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more brunch.
Yeah, I need to have a meme. Is this well, he's off this way. The guy with the butterfly? Is this manufacturing consent? We'll meme on that live next, yeah.
Than press briefing to me.
All right, you want me to change? I'll change, but let me tell you this. Everybody loves brunch.
Yeah, even socialists.
All right, I'm ready. Is this good? Is this a good look? Is this right?
The White House literally directs this?
All right, do you have a quick little pre-show prayer?
Stop the presses. What? Are you fucking kidding me? I cannot believe it. This would happen to the media in America? The place with free speech? Everyone's got free speech. Don't you feel like it? You can go say whatever you want. That's right. Shout it on the rooftop. No one's gonna hear it. That's right. You don't own the means of production. They do. Okay? You wanna have freedom? You wanna have freedom of speech? You don't have it, okay? They have it. That's right.
Yeah, CJ Craig, if you're watching down on us, give us the strength to tell the truth.
Who? During W's administration, he made a whole joke video about being unable to find WMDs. It was fucking gross. Who's that, Boof? Which who? Which who? James Corden? Or Trevor Noah?
Truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, unless we need to lie. Okay?
James. It's like he knows that they lie, but maybe he doesn't know how. Yeah. Okay, my guess is that he's got just a small liberal understanding of the world, and he's just focused on his comedy and his work. Okay, my guess is he doesn't have a dialectical. He doesn't have a material understanding of history or whatever. Okay, so he sort of makes the joke, but he doesn't really understand. Like how true it is that they lie, but more specifically the harm. I think he's not. The joke doesn't reflect on the harm that the lies cause. So that's why I'm like, wait, what? You can't tell what angle he's coming at it from. Oh my God!
Morning,
here we go.
everybody. How are you? Nice to see you. Jen's taking a well-earned break. So, anyone got any questions? Okay.
Is this real? Are they playing along?
Yes.
Thanks, James.
Is that real? Are they playing along?
What does the president plan to do to prevent a recession?
Like a room full of dogs?
The president on that one, I don't
like
think.
a room full of dogs, and then like he's like in the front, like waving like a hot dog in front of him or something like that. What the fuck is this?
It's my place to speak for him on those issues. So
Isn't that literally your job?
next, who else? Yes.
Why does this president spend every weekend away from the White House?
Have you spent time here?
Yes.
Jeez.
I can't tell if they clip this out and he's in there fake reacting or what this is.
Of course, well, wouldn't you want to get away? Come on, what's the point of having a Camp David if you can't pop down there every once in a while?
But he goes to Delaware.
And what is Delaware?
The president has used the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. Is he watching gas prices, and will he tap
They're
the
acting?
Spro
They're
again?
playing along.
I don't think it's for me or you.
Literal paid actors. The The White House press corps are literal paid actors. Spot the lie. No lie spotted.
You, Jenny, to talk about who or what the president is tapping, okay? Yes, you, sir, with the face.
When the president says one thing
I gotta laugh.
and White House staff say something else, who are we supposed to listen to? The president or White House staff?
Well, you know what, David?
That's not my name.
You say your name's not David. I say your name is David. And I'm stood up here and you're sat down there, unless you want to be sat at the back with the whoever they are. Yes?
Could you give us an update on the AUKUS agreement?
Could you sing the question?
I could, but
Sing
I'm
the
not.
question? I'd like to hear you sing the question.
Could you give us an update on the AUKUS agreement?
No, I can't! Next.
James, can you tell us what is the president's plan for deficit reduction?
Okay, before we start, can you explain the sock choice in here? Okay, anyone else? Anyone else?
Could you answer my question?
Do you know what?
Deficit reduction.
Do you know what?
Deficit
they
reduction.
warned me about you.
Deficit reduction.
They warned me about you. What's your name?
Jeff Mason.
Jeff.
Deficit reduction.
You're right. Jeff's a whiny little bitch.
Deficit reduction.
Jen, how are you? Yes, good.
James, I'm sorry. This is just not for you. You've got to go.
Well, in that case, I will hand you over to your host for the evening. Please welcome the president of the WHCA, Stephen Portnoy.
Oh, look at that. Speaking truth to power. You got the opportunity, and that's what you do. Oh, you said that they lie. Of course, they know they lie. Get the fuck out of here. You think they're browbeating them by saying they lie?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, James Corden. Thank you, Ben.
All right, next up.
Now,
I
with
skipped
a
some
special
stuff.
presentation, a correspondent of a different sort. Billy on the street himself.
Billy Eichner.
Eichner.
Billy Eichner. All right, here we go.
Good evening. I'm Billy Eichner.
You got the chance.
For years, the White House Correspondents' Dinner has honored our greatest...
Hey, Ira.
Mayday, Mayday.
Mayday,
For the
Mayday.
airplane noises, I've crashed into Dan's stream less than 2 you, Dan.
Thank you for your 3 months of support, Ira. Love your face. I appreciate that very much. Let's get back to this. Welcome in.
reporters and journalists. But for far too long, I think the Correspondents' Dinner has been ignoring the most important journalists of all. Entertainment journalists. We can all agree that it is more important than ever to be entertained. But without entertainment journalists, how would we even know who's entertaining us? I have a movie coming out in September called Bros, the first gay rom-com ever made by a major studio, and I'll be depending on entertainment journalists to spread the word. Tonight, the WHCD honors them for the first time. Here are your honorees. For her fearless work in reporting that Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde, quote, couldn't be happier, we present the WHCD Award for Relationship News to entertainment correspondent Naz Perez. For his courageous work interviewing the Jonas Brothers while they filmed a new commercial for Tostitos, we present the WHCD Freedom of the Press Junket Award to E! News Daily Pop's Justin Sylvester. And finally, for his galvanizing, no-holds-barred look at what's been happening on The Bachelor, we present the WHCD Award for telling us what's been happening on The Bachelor to Today's Show contributor, Jason Kennedy.
God.
Congrats to all, and may God bless entertainment. Thank you.
No way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Billy Eichner.
Oh, no.
Now, among the things...
He showed up. He's there. I don't think I'd be able to, like, face that myself. I'd have been sick.
We White House correspondents are proudest of are the scholarships and mentorships that are associated.
Is Colonel Sanders next one? Weekend at Bernie's.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Cheers.
President Joe Biden.
Cheers. Fuck Joe Brandon. This guy owes me $2,000. At least. He's a war criminal.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
He's a war criminal. Everything he stands for is awful.
Thank you, Steve, for that introduction.
He just makes
And
it sound
special
good.
thanks to the 42% of you actually applauded. I'm really excited to be here tonight with the only group of Americans with a low.
Is that Enes Kanter? Enes Gülen Kanter? Is that him? Is he sitting at the CIA table? Oh, so how long have you been a CIA asset?
I'm really excited to be here tonight with the only group of Americans with a lower approval rating than I have.
Oh my God. So this is the only, this is like, I think the only joke that escaped.
Hey guys.
And like, you know, reached me on Twitter or what I'm trying to say. It's the only joke I've heard from the entire night. So he goes, hey guys, we all suck, right? We're all not good. Hey, do you all realize how everyone hates us? That's not a joke. But it's a joke on us because they're all laughing. These motherfuckers, dude. That actually should make you a little bit mad, to be honest. They're like laughing at us. This is some bullshit.
That's hard to say after what we just saw. This is the first time the president attended this dinner in 6 years. It's understandable. We had a horrible plague, followed by 2 years of COVID.
Is it peeking on my stream?
Just imagine if my predecessor came to this dinner this year. Now that would really have been a real coup if that occurred. A little tough, huh? But I'm honored to be here at such an event with so much history. It was already referenced. The very first president to attend the White House Correspondents' Dinner was Calvin Coolidge.
I think the joke is he said the word coup. And he's not supposed to. Oh, cool. These fucking room full of losers, man.
Coolidge in 1924. I'd just been elected to the United States Senate. I remember telling him, Cal, just be yourself. Get up there, speak from the heart. You're going to be great, kid. You're going to do it well. Of course, Jill is with me tonight. Jilly.
Yeah. Joking about coups in the American Corps. Am I right? Yeah. Exactly.
Kid. I think she's doing an incredible job as First Lady. The First Lady to continue working full-time as she does as a professor. She doesn't pay much attention to the polls. Though she did say the other day, instead of introducing myself as Jill Biden's husband, maybe I should introduce myself as her roommate. I've attended this dinner many times, but this is my first time as president. The organizers had it hard, made it pretty hard for me tonight. Although the good news is, if all goes well, I have a real shot at replacing James Corden. It was great having him over to the White House the other day, just as he announced he's leaving the show. Great performers, going out on top after 8 years in the job. Sounds just about right to me. And it's tough to follow pros like James. And it's tough to follow pros like James and Billy Eichner. Billy, where are you again? Where is he? Well, Billy, you're famous for your interviewing skills. Billy, you should know what you're doing, pal. You know it well. And I think you should hope meets the press. Maybe they start to watch it again. I've never had to open, and I'll never be invited to meet the press again. Anyway, never have to open before Trevor Noah. Trevor's great. When I was elected, he did a show and he called me America's new dad. Let me tell you something, pal. I'm flattered anybody would call me a new anything. You're my guy. And folks, it's been a tough few years for the country. There's one reason why it's great to be here again. Everyone at the White House is so excited. I told my grandkids and Pete Buttigieg they could stay up late and watch this show tonight. Tonight, we come here to answer a very important question in everybody's mind. Why in hell are we still doing this? I know there are questions about whether we should gather here tonight because of COVID. Well, we're here to show the country that we're getting through this pandemic. Plus, everyone had to prove they were fully vaccinated and boosted. So if you're at home watching this and you're wondering how to do that, just contact your favorite Fox News reporter. They're all here, vaccinated and boosted, all of them. And look, Fox News, I'm really sorry your preferred candidate lost the last election. To make it up to you, I'm happy to give my chief of staff to you all so he can tell Sean Hannity what to say every day. In fact, Ron Klain is here at the CBS table, which hired Mick Mulvaney. Mick on CBS, I was stunned. I figured he'd end up on Masked Singer with Rudy. Amazing hire, guys, really quite amazing. And look, I know this is a tough town. I came to office with an ambitious agenda, and I expected it to face stiff opposition in the Senate. I just hoped it would be from Republicans. But I'm not worried about the midterms. I'm not worried about them. We may end up with more partisan gridlock, but I'm confident we can work it out during my remaining 6 years in the presidency. And folks, I'm not really here to roast the GOP. That's not my style. Besides, there's nothing I can say about the GOP that Kevin McCarthy hasn't already put on tape. You know, at the same time, a lot of people say the Republican
It's like a 3 out of 5.
Party's too extreme,
a couple of okay jokes, but the crowd's going wild over the dumbest shit. Like, yay, culture war.
Divisive, too controlled by one person. They say that's not your father's Republican Party. Ronald Reagan said, Mr. Gorbachev, tear this wall down. Today's Republicans say, tear down Mickey Mouse's house. And pretty soon they'll be storming Cinderella's castle, you can be sure of it.
You absolutely do not have to hand it to Ronald Reagan and point to him as a model for anything.
But Republicans
what the fuck, man?
seem to support one fella, some guy named Brandon. He's having a really good year, and I'm kind of happy for him.
Like a 2.5, you know, it's fine. I think the Brandon joke, you got to make the Brandon joke. But it could have been better. I don't know. I can't think of anything better, but it could have been better, I think.
Let me conclude with a serious word.
You got to do Brandon.
We live in serious times. We're coming through a devastating pandemic, and we have to stay vigilant. I know Kamala wanted to be here, for example. Thankfully, she's doing well. You should all know she sends her best.
It's like political comedy written by people who don't really understand politics? Hey, Mama Les, thanks for the 14 months. Love your face. Y'all follow Mama Les? You should. Thank you. Welcome in.
14 months.
I'm going to try that again.
Happy May Day.
Happy May Day. Thank you. Happy International Workers' Day. Happy May Day. Welcome in. And a good May Day to ye. Welcome in. Did you know it's also Loyalty Day? So happy Bootlicker Day. Also. So welcome in. I hope you're good. I think his tie is about to spin off his shirt there. Here's my guess. My guess is they needed someone to write his jokes. They call in a professional. They probably had Billy Eichner do it, and that's why he got a little special shout out. And then that's why he got to produce his own little thing before. That's my guess. I don't know how this works, but if I were to guess, I'd put 5 on it. I'd wager 5.
We're in a time when what we so long taken for granted
And Billy's not a Billy's not a politics understander.
is the gravest of threats, and I'm being deadly earnest. Oversees the liberal world order that laid the foundation for global peace, stability, and prosperity since World War II.
Saying the quiet part loud there, huh? Liberal world order
Is genuinely, seriously under assault. And at home, a poison is running through our democracy.
right now.
Of all this taking place with disinformation massively on the rise.
He's one of the biggest purveyors.
Where the truth is buried by lies and the lies live on as truth. What's clear, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, that you, the free press, matter more than you ever did.
Someone fixed his tie.
In the last century. No, I really mean it. I've always believed that good journalism holds up a mirror to ourselves to reflect on the good, the bad.
Did you see that? No fucking way, dude. Oh, he did it?
Seriously, under assault. And at home,
All right, cancel this. No, he did it himself. Sorry.
Poison.
He did it himself.
Running through our democracy. Of all this taking place with disinformation massively on the rise. Where the truth is buried by lies and the lies live on as truth. What's clear, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, that you, the free press, matter more than you ever did in the last century. No, I really mean it.
I'm sorry, I'm super distracted. Say that again, buddy.
The truth is buried by lies and the lies in my heart.
Hold on, here we go.
You, the free press, matter more than you ever did in the last century.
I'm going to 100% say that we do not have a free press here. We've seen so many examples of censorship in the past 2 months. This is an obscene statement to make from where I'm sitting. We've seen people getting demonetized and taken off PayPal. I'm honestly wondering when the other shoe's going to fall and maybe I'll get demonetized on PayPal and become desperate. And of course, there's this chilling effect that they want. And I'm like scared to talk about certain things. This is wild stuff. I never thought I'd be embroiled in anything like this. Luckily, I've been left untouched, but other people are like in the middle of it, and I'm like, I feel really fucking terrible for them. So this whole free press bullshit, I don't buy it, dude. I don't buy it. Please watch my last clip that I made reading the Mint Press article.
No, I really mean it.
What do you mean about PayPal? Some people got banned from PayPal. Their PayPal accounts got locked down. I don't even know if they were able to get the money that was in there out or whatever. Alan McLeod, the guy who wrote the Mint Press article that I read on my stream the other day and produced a YouTube clip and put it up on YouTube, that guy got pulled off YouTube. The whole, I think, Mint Press people. Is that the chilling effect or global warming? Yeah. Because of what? We don't know. They don't specify. There's a lack of transparency. We're to assume that they're like posting content that's like super opposed to U.S. imperial hegemony. And they're doing a really good job of it. They pulled off a ton of RT content. Hundreds and hundreds of videos of RT content off of YouTube, whether or not they were talking about Russia. It's pretty fucked, y'all. All for what? All for what? For a war that the United States isn't even involved in, allegedly. I mean, we definitely are. We're sending billions of arms, untold amounts of advanced weaponry ending up literally in Nazis' hands. No, not all Ukrainian military are Nazis, but even if it's a small percentage, it's a lot of them. Yeah, your account's been flagged as not being sponsored by Raytheon. What's wrong with you? You couldn't get your sponsorship from General Dynamics? You couldn't get a sponsorship from Bay Industries? Bay Systems? Remember that one? Maybe you'll get a sponsorship from a warmonger. Like Red Star. Red Star, thanks for supporting with your Prime subby and your 7 months of support. And thanks for not being a warmonger, yet supporting my channel anyways. I'm going to try to get back to this clip. It's just wild stuff here. This free press bullshit is bullshit.
I've always believed that good journalism holds up a mirror to ourselves to reflect on the good, the bad, and the true. Tonight,
Joe, there's nothing good, buddy. Ain't nothing good.
I want to congratulate the awardees and the scholarship winners who carry on that sacred tradition. We've all seen the courage of the Ukrainian people because of the courage of American reporters in this room and your colleagues across the world who are on the ground taking their lives in their own hands.
Anyone in that room clapping for this guy should be absolutely ashamed. I'm sort of happy to see a couple people not.
Not Ukraine, it's Russia. Mom, I'd like to meet you and Dad to talk about your son. We just saw a heartbreaking video. 9 have been killed, reporting from Kyiv. Struck by a kamikaze drone strike after a shopping mall attack. Shot in the neck while documenting Ukrainian fleeing.
Kamikaze drone strike? We literally just sent millions of dollars in arms of these quote-unquote suicide drones. This is pure imperial projection.
Killed when Russian missiles hit the television tower in a residential
Weren't we just watching something that put that in question?
Neighborhood. One journalist from Radio Liberty just killed days ago. So many of you telling the stories and taking the photos and recording the videos of what's happening there. The unvarnished truth showing the destruction and the devastation.
Did you catch that? A journalist from Radio Liberty? What is he referring to specifically? Because that is sus as fuck, you guys.
And yes, the war crimes. Tonight, we also honor the legacy of 2 historic reporters, and that is Alice Dunnigan and Ethel Payne. I'm glad you saw that tonight. I didn't know you were doing that. These are the first black women to be White House reporters who shattered convention.
Oh, I love me some woke imperialism. Oh, it's my favorite kind of wokeness.
For a segregated nation. We honor journalists killed, missing, imprisoned, detained, and tortured, covering war, exposing corruption, and holding leaders accountable. We honor members of the press, both national and local, covering a once-in-a-century pandemic where we lost 1 million Americans. A generation reckoning on race, an existential threat of climate change. The free press is not the enemy of the people. Far from it. At your best, you're guardians of the truth.
You are.
President Kennedy once said, and I quote, "Without debate, without criticism, no administration, no country can succeed, and no republic can survive. The First Amendment grants a free press extraordinary protection, but with it comes, as many of you know, a very heavy obligation to seek the truth as best you can, not to inflame or entertain, but to illuminate and educate.
I'm out of my mind.
I know it's tough, and I'm not being solicitous. The industry is changing significantly. There's incredible pressure on you all to deliver heat instead of shed light, because the technology is changing so much. The system is changing. But it matters. No kidding, it matters. The truth matters. American democracy is not a reality show. It's not a reality show. It's reality itself. And the reality is that we are a great...
And it's a great show.
country.
I'd love it.
Our future is bright. It's not guaranteed, because democracy is never guaranteed. It has to be earned. It has to be defended. It has to be protected. As you've heard me say many times, there's not a damn thing this country can do when we stand united and do it together. And I know we can do anything we want to do. That's right.
What the fuck,
I've been
dude?
around a long time, as been pointed out many times tonight. But I give you my word as a Biden, I've never been more optimistic about America than I am today. I really mean it. At times of enormous change, it presents enormous opportunities. For despite all the crises, all the partisanship, all the shouting and showmanship, I really know this, and you know it too. We are a great nation because we're basically a good people. And here in America, good journalism, good satire about our leaders, about our society, is quintessentially an American thing.
Nope.
It demonstrates the power of our example. And I honest to God believe it reveals our soul, the soul of our nation. And that's what I'd like to toast tonight.
Wish I had a drink.
To the journalists and their families, to the people and the elected representatives, to the United States of America. By the way, Madeleine Albright was right. We are the indispensable nation. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to turn this over to Trevor now. Strap myself into my seat.
Oh my God, he's like, wait, we got to do an American exceptionalism. Here we go. Boom. And he just hits you with it.
And Trevor, the really good news is, now you get to roast the...
Madeleine Albright was wrong. She was wrong about that one. And a lot of other things too. She was wrong.
The President of the United States, and unlike in Moscow, you won't go to jail. Podium is yours.
But you won't really be able to tell the truth either. So I mean, Trevor's literally unable to tell the truth. He doesn't get it. It's exhausting.
Wow, that was pretty fantastic.
Oh my God, it's not over. Okay. We got to keep going here.
One more time for President Biden, please. That was really great. I got a promise I will not be going to jail. I'll switch things up now. Let's see how we do this.
Okay. We've had two comedians on. One was James Corden, the other was Billy Eichner, and then Joe Biden was likely reading someone else's comedy, right? That's the analysis there, right? Now, neither of that spoke to power. Neither of that was speaking to power. Let's see if Trevor Noah, and I've not pre-watched this. I don't know anything about what he's about to say. Let's see if Trevor Noah speaks to the power that's in the very room that he's in. Here we go. I'm going to say probably not. Shoot, let's do a poll. All right. We'll see what you think, Jen.
How's everybody doing tonight? You guys good? Everyone good? First of all, thank you so much, Steve. Good evening,
CIA
Mr. President, First Lady, members of the media, and all the men relieved that Ronan Farrow isn't here tonight. It is my great honor to be speaking.
All right, we'll see. I'm going to do another poll. I'm going to do a poll as well. Whether or not you think I'm going to laugh more than, I don't know, 3 times. No, more than once.
Most distinguished super spreader event. No, for real, people, what are we doing here? Let's be honest, what are we doing? Like, did none of you learn anything from the gridiron dinner? Nothing, huh? Like, do you read any of your own newspapers? I mean, I expect this from Sean Hannity, but the rest of you, what are you doing here? You guys spent the last 2 years telling everyone the importance
he's speaking
of
on his
wearing masks
microphone,
and
not mine.
avoiding large indoor...
Let me go back a little bit.
I mean, I expect this from Sean Hannity, but the rest of you, what are you doing here? You guys spent the last 2 years telling everyone the importance of wearing masks and avoiding large indoor gatherings. Then the second someone offers you a free dinner, you all turn into Joe Rogan. Huh?
I can't stop this.
I mean, Dr. Fauci dropped out.
I'm fucking up.
That should have been a pretty big sign. Fauci thought it was too dangerous to come tonight. Pete Davidson thinks it's okay. And we all went with Pete. Okay.
I don't get the joke, though. Is he like browbeating him?
Now, for those who don't know me, my name is Trevor Noah, and I'm really honored to be here, honestly. You know, because you could have picked any comedian, you could have invited anyone, but you went with the South
Was that him speaking to power? Was that him trying to speak to power?
African variants, very on theme. I appreciate that. And COVID risk aside, can I just say how happy I am that this event is happening again for the first time in 3 years. Yeah. And the truth is, I want us all to have a good time tonight. So please, everyone relax. You know, I know everyone in this room is worried about who catches you laughing at what, but just chill, just chill. We're celebrating, we're out. You know, get comfortable. Not too comfortable, Jeffrey Toobin, not too comfortable. No, you know what? No, don't ooh him, bunch of haters. You know what? So what, Jeffrey? You made a mistake. You whipped it out in front of your coworkers.
He's there. Where is he? Is that him in the glasses?
Bunch of haters. You know what? So.
What? Is he in there? Is that him in the glasses, or is he looking like someone else?
So what, Jeffrey? You made a mistake. You whipped it out in front of your coworkers.
If he's there, that's funny.
That's the first step to winning a Grammy for Comedy Album of the Year. You're halfway there, my friend. Hey, guys. You don't let the haters stop you. We all come back from mistakes.
Where is he?
Now, you might have noticed I'm going to be telling some jokes tonight.
Is he actually there? That is funny.
But I want you to understand, I am not here to tear anybody down, okay? Yeah, I might roast you gently, you know, like a pair of testicles on a Tucker Carlson special, but I'm not doing this just for the attention, all right? I'm a comedian, not Kirsten Sinema, all right? And by the way, give it up for Kirsten Sinema. Whoever thought we'd see the day in American politics when a senator could be openly bisexual but closeted Republican, huh? That's progress. That's progress. And yes, I know a lot of you are worried, and yes, it is risky making jokes these days, you know? I mean, we all saw what happened at the Oscars. I've actually been a little bit worried about tonight. I won't lie, you know? I was like, what if I make like a really mean joke, you know, about like Kellyanne Conway, and then her husband rushes up on the stage and thanks me?
I did hear about this joke beforehand. That's sort of
we all
funny.
stay calm.
It's sort of funny.
Because it is exciting to be here, even though some people don't think this dinner should even exist, as you said, Mr. President, you know? Because some people think this shows that the media is too cozy with politicians. But what those people don't understand is that you guys have integrity. You would never allow personal connections to affect your ability to be good journalists. Isn't that right, Chris Cuomo? Where is Chris, by the way? Is he here? Couldn't make it? Oh, by the way, before we really get going, a few quick announcements. Anyone?
It's not just the complicity in the media that allows for men to get away with sexual crimes. It's also the complicity in the media that allows for our state, our government, to get away with war crimes. Why don't we joke about that?
Here who is a Democrat in a swing district. I've been asked to remind you not to hand your resume to the cable news execs at your table until after the event, please. Thank you very much. Also, a quick note before people order their Ubers home tonight. Governor Greg Abbott is generously providing free buses for the Telemundo table. Very classy. Very classy. But man, what a room this is, huh? Look at this room. Everyone is here.
That's tricky. It's sort of a punching down a little bit. I don't know what to say.
Tonight we've got politicians, huh? We've got the media, we've got celebrities, basically anyone who's been to Jeffrey Epstein's island. This is an exclusive event. In fact, coming in, I heard Meghan McCain telling the bouncer, "Do you know who my father was?" And they were like, "You have a ticket, you can just come in." But she insisted on telling them who her father was anyway. And I'll tell you, as somebody coming from Africa, I mean, I've just got to say, this is so exciting, you know, to be at this swanky party full of Washington's most powerful people.
Which example, Portside?
You know, it's not as exciting as Madison Cawthorn made it sound, but still very sexy. Very, very sexy. There's many big names here tonight. Yeah, one of my favorites, Ron DeSantis, is here. Yeah. Oh, man, I'm actually surprised that he found the time. You know, he's been so busy trying to outmaneuver Trump for 2024. I see you, Ron. I see you, Flair. Yeah, I've seen what you've been doing, blaming Trump for the lockdowns, distancing yourself from the vaccines that Trump created with his own two hands. Nobody knew how to make vaccines until I made them. Beautiful, beautiful vaccines. Nobody knew how. Not even Fauci. But Ron,
making fun of my peanut
Ron
butter
is playing it
crackers?
coy, man. He won't even tell people if he got the booster. Yeah, or as they say in Florida, don't ask, don't tell. Am I right? I see you, Ron. You see, what I like about Ron DeSantis is like, if Trump was the original Terminator, DeSantis is like the T-1000. You know, you're smarter than him. You're slicker than him. You can walk down ramps.
That's a decent Trump.
Because you see,
come on, that's a decent Trump. I can't do anything like that. I've heard better, but that's pretty good. It's fine.
Trump said he won the election, but everyone was just able to look at the numbers and see that he was wrong. That's why Ron DeSantis is one step ahead. First, you ban the math textbooks, then nobody knows how to count the votes. Boom! My man! Ha ha ha! What a room!
There's Ennis.
Are you kidding me? The great chef Jose Andres is joining us here tonight. Give it up for him, people. My good friend in the room. Whenever there's a disaster anywhere in the world, Chef Jose is there, which I guess is why he's sitting at the CNN table tonight. Now, of course, the real reason that it's such an honor to be here tonight is that we all get to be in the same room as the most powerful man in the United States. So let's give it up for Joe Manchin, everybody. Where is he? Is he there? Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. No, for real, Mr. President. Thank you for being here. Thank you for having me here. You know, I was a little confused about why me, but then I was told that you get your highest approval ratings when a biracial African guy is standing next to you. So, so let me just say, Joe.
Took me a second.
I'm glad that I could do my part, and hopefully this will work. I'm not actually him. I just did the voice.
Oh my God.
More importantly,
That's pretty good.
First Lady Dr. Jill Biden is here, everybody. Give it up for her. You know, interesting fact, even as First Lady, Dr. Biden continued her teaching career. Yeah, the first time a presidential spouse has ever done so. Ever. Congratulations. Now, you might think it's because she loves teaching so much, but it's actually because she's still paying off her student debt. I'm sorry about that, Jill. Yeah, I guess you should have voted for Bernie.
Let's go! Let's go!
You know, sir, can I just say, I think everyone will agree that it's actually nice to once again have a president who's not afraid to come to the White House Correspondents' Dinner and hear jokes about himself. I'll be honest. If you didn't come, I totally would have understood. Yeah, because these people have been so hard on you, which I don't get. I really don't. You know, I think ever since you've come into office, things are really looking up. You know, gas is up, rent is up, food is up, everything. No, it really has been a tough first year for you, Mr. President. And surely you...
Why are they laughing?
I'll be honest, if you didn't come, I totally would have understood. Yeah, because these people have been so hard on you, which I don't get. I really don't. You know, I think ever since you've come into office, things are really looking up. You know, gas is up, rent is up, food is up, everything. No, it really has been a tough first year for you, Mr. President. And surely you must be a little worried about 2024. You know, there's a lot of passion on the Republican side. There really is. You know, it's going to be an interesting time. And as you all know, President Biden's lack of a filter does get him into hot water sometimes. You know, last month he caused a huge international incident saying that Vladimir Putin should be removed from power. It was very, very upsetting to Russia. Yeah, until someone explained to them that none of the
You hear how many people clapped? More than a few.
Vladimir Putin should be removed from power. It was very, very upsetting to Russia. Yeah, until someone explained to them that none of the stuff Biden wants actually gets done. But despite some hiccups, President Biden has led the country through some really dark times since he took office. The COVID pandemic, the war in Ukraine, the launch of CNN+. And don't forget, he's also had some major legislative successes. You know, in his first year in office, I might add, you know, he got a bipartisan infrastructure bill passed that would do everything from fixing America's roads and bridges to modernizing school buses, which Matt Gaetz' girlfriend is very excited about. Don't boo love. Not to mention, no president in my memory has given more marginalized groups opportunities. You know, I'm talking about women, the LGBTQ community, the Taliban, the list goes on and on. And I know, Mr. President, that the left is super upset at you, you know? But I think that they should be happy to know that you just recently announced that you're proposing a new 20% minimum tax on the super wealthy. And I will say, President Biden, that you were a big man here, a really big man. You could have targeted Donald Trump, but instead you chose to only raise taxes on billionaires. That was big of you. Really nice. Prove me wrong, show me the taxes. So, personally, I think that President Biden could do a better job at taking credit for the things that are going right. You know, I mean, unemployment is currently at 3.6%. Think about that, people. 3.6%, 2% if you don't count the Cuomo family. And I will say, President Biden came into office and he's done well and he's done badly. And in this room, I know there's a lot of mixed reviews. You know, there was a lot of talk about how the president really respects the press. But what has he really done for you guys, huh? Think of all the journalists whose careers have been hurt by the Biden presidency. People like Daniel Dale. He used to be CNN's star fact checker on TV every day. But now, there's barely anything to check. Same for Glenn Kessler of the Washington Post. On the way here, I saw him on the street offering 4 Pinocchios for $1. Mr. President, that's on you.
What?
And what about Maggie Haberman for 4 years?
What? Biden's White House isn't lying to us? You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Years, it was exclusives, huh? On the Russia investigation, corruption, the president doesn't read his daily briefings, on and on. Now look at her. She spends all day fighting with random people on Twitter like a common political reporter. You've ruined her, Mr. President. Now, of course, President Biden doesn't often have to deal with the media directly. Yes, that task falls to Press Secretary Jen Psaki. Yes. Glad you could make it tonight. Really glad you could make it tonight, Jen. It's nice that you're willing to come over here and risk getting COVID for like, what, the 10th time?
Hey, Gash, thanks for the 8 months. Love your face. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support.
No. Let me ask, how do you keep getting COVID, Jen?
What's up, Gash?
Like, your boss hooked us all up with free tests. Does he not have your address? What's going on there?
Like 2 free tests? Or like maybe a couple more? Like, what the fuck, dude?
The word on the streets is actually that Jen Psaki is going to MSNBC next month. Yeah. Apparently, just being on C-SPAN, the ratings were too high, and she wanted more of a challenge, you know? Wanted to switch things up. She can't laugh at that. Don't put the camera on her. If it's true, congratulations to Jen on your big career change. But you know, moving to MSNBC is going to be a big switch up for you, because right now your current job is to make the Biden administration look as good as possible, you know, at all costs. Now you're going to be at MSNBC, and you're going to have to, you'll be fine, actually. No, sorry. I don't even know why.
I wish it was more than just the Biden administration, you know? Because wasn't she she was doing spokesman stuff for Secretary of State or Department of Defense while Trump was president? Am I making that up?
I apologize. By the way, MSNBC, can I just say you guys are doing great.
So my issue there with him is that he's not speaking truth or power, in the sense that, like, she's there to defend U.S.'s global hegemony, not Biden's White House. It's just that those two things are the same at the moment. So he's speaking tangentially to power. I don't know if how you look at that.
Great work, you know. I love watching your shows. You know, when Trump was in office, your shows were all about how bad he was. And now that Biden's in office, your shows are all about how bad Trump was. Consistency is important. We appreciate that. We really do. Also, shout out to Joe and Mika.
True.
I love you guys. The most adorable HR violation in town. I love it. So adorable. What?
I don't know about that.
And that's why we're really here, people. We're here to honor the media. Yeah. So, first and foremost, let's give it up for the White House press pool. Let's give it up for them, please. You guys are relentless. Every day you show up, and every day you demand answers on the pressing issues of the day. And then Fox News asks about Hunter Biden. And I'll be honest, though, I actually think that's a good thing. I really do. I think people need to be held accountable if they're using their dad's name to get ahead in life. And I can't think of anyone better to ask about that than Peter Doocy. Yeah. Wherever he is, Chris Wallace laughed at that joke. But you see, the real purpose of tonight
is to speaking to power. You got to know what power's in the room.
Some of the country's best political journalists, people like Abby Phillip, Yamiche Alcindor, right? And Mick Mulvaney.
Okay.
I actually get why
she was press secretary for the Obama administration. Press secretary, or doesn't she do some? She did some Department of Defense stuff, right? She was doing what Ned Price is doing now.
CBS hired Mick Mulvaney. I get it. You know, he's more than just the guy who assured everyone that Donald Trump would concede gracefully. No, he can also get you access to other people who assured you that Donald Trump would concede very gracefully. It's very important. So shout out to CBS, my corporate cousin. You can actually find us on Paramount Plus. Yes, right between SpongeBob SquarePants and a bunch of movies that even Delta's in-flight entertainment system turned down. But I don't want to dwell.
It's a funny joke about CBS because they've been among the worst warmongers during this war, past 2 months.
On that, I want to dwell on Mick Mulvaney when we have so many other great journalists here tonight. We got Anderson Cooper in the house, man. We got Rachel Maddow. We got Don Lemon. We got Shepard Smith, and so many other huge talents who can no longer be mentioned in Florida public schools. I see you, Ron DeSantis. What's going on, baby? Oh, man. A lot of big media names in the room tonight. Chuck Todd is here. Chuck, you here? Yeah? How you doing? I'll ask a follow-up, but I know you don't know what those are.
Damn!
Don't boo
Get
him. He's
him!
trying.
See? That's how you do it.
Man, these people are mean.
You speak to the power that they have, and then you see how they've shit the bed with the power that they have, and then you point that out.
Chuck. The Axios team is also in the house.
I guess he's doing that from time to time.
I didn't know this, but
jokes.
Axios is actually Greek for political playbook without the birthdays. Yeah. And you know, Axios got a lot of flack a few years ago for releasing a staff photo that had fewer black people in it than CPAC, but kudos to Axios. They fixed that problem by not releasing any more staff photos. And Jonathan Swan.
Axios is terrible.
Oh, man, I'm a fan, personal fan. You've been crushing it with those interviews. Congrats on the award. People are always asking, how does Jonathan Swan get these politicians to open up to him? I'll tell you how. It's the Australian accent. Yeah, American journalists sound too aggressive. What did you do with the money? An interview with Jonathan Swan is like being interrogated by a koala bear. But Senator McConnell, don't you think it's strange that you and the devil have never been seen in the same place at the same time?
Not bad.
Don't you think that's strange?
Not bad.
Well, I guess when you go to hell, you'll find out for yourself.
It's McConnell.
NPR is here tonight, one of my favorites. Congratulations on all the work you do. I love Tiny Desk concerts. I just wish you guys didn't always have to beg for money. You know, maybe you're spending too much on those tote bags. Who designs those? House of Gucci? Why not just ask Ivanka which kids make her stuff? Come on. And how about the New York Times, also here? Man, can I just say, New York Times, I did not realize how much you guys like to party. Yeah, I've seen some of you sneaking off to the bathroom to do things you're not supposed to do tonight. Like post on Twitter. Yeah, I've seen that. I love the New York Times, I really do. You guys are the best. You do some of the most accurate, precise reporting and news. You never fail to write down exactly whatever the police have given you to say. Really powerful. Like, is it just me, or does the New York Times keep blaming bail reform on crimes that had nothing to do with bail reform? Like, I'm half expecting to open your newspaper and see a headline, Mets blow 4-run lead due to changes in state bail laws. And you know, it's actually crazy how you guys have been attacked for everything, from your investigations into Trump's taxes to your reporting on the pandemic, and yet the biggest death threats that you received is because there were 2 L's in the Wordle that day. That was wild. By the way, give it up to those New York Times reporters who managed to get those Kevin McCarthy tapes. That was amazing. Yeah, give it up for them. Incredible. You knew how crucial those tapes were, which is why you immediately waited until your book was for sale to tell the people about them. Bravo. Bravo. And you know what I liked about those tapes? Is that the one piece of good news? Is that now we know whether Nancy Pelosi or Kevin McCarthy are Speaker of the House, that position will still be held by someone who believes that Trump should have resigned and was responsible for what happened on January 6th. Yeah, that's bipartisanship. I like that. I'm really excited because the kings of cable are here. Fox News in the house. Yeah, the top-rated news network for the past, 300 years? Killing it. And I know Fox has a bad reputation. I even feel you tense up now when I talk about them. They really do crush it. You know, I think they get a bad rap because it's a mixed bag. You know, they actually have really good journalists. It just depends on when.
I'm not uncomfortable. You told a bad joke. It didn't make sense.
You watch. All right, Fox News is sort of like a Waffle House. Yeah, it's relatively normal in the afternoon, but as soon as the sun goes down, there's a drunk lady named Janine threatening to fight every Mexican who comes in. You can't throw me out. I know the real president. How about that Fox primetime lineup, huh? Tucker Carlson, Sean Hannity, Laura Ingraham. Their coverage of COVID was really impactful. Their segments about vaccines moved their viewers into the ICU. And congrats to Sean Hannity on becoming the longest running host in cable news history, by the way. Give it up for him, for real, give it up for him. Longest running host. Don't hate the player. Yeah. Fun fact, Sean Hannity and Ainsley Earhart are actually dating now. Yes. Yeah, and I actually think it's beautiful to see an office romance at Fox that won't end in a $20 million settlement. Yeah, I'm sure wherever Roger Ailes is right now, he's looking up and smiling. Oh, Laura Ingraham, wow! What can you say about her that hasn't already been said by the Anti-Defamation League? Powerful. I'm just sad that Tucker Carlson isn't here today. He's my favorite. What a talent. Tucker Carlson, are you kidding me? Woo! That man's a beast. Who else could fill an entire show each night asking questions that Google could easily answer? Do vaccines work? Who really won the election? Who's the president right now? Is this America? Gripping stuff. But you know, if we're honest people, there's so much happening in the world right now. Sometimes it can be overwhelming, and you just want to tune it all out. And that's why I love watching CNN. Where's Jeff Zucker, by the way? Also couldn't make it? What's happening over there? Apparently Jeff got fired after he tried to keep his workplace relationship a secret, which is weird because if he really didn't want anyone to know about it, he could have just made a show about it on CNN+. I know, it's so sad. CNN+, gone, but forgotten. You know who I blame? You know who I blame, CNN? I blame John King. That's who. Yeah, John, your magic wall can predict how every person in the country is going to vote in every county, but it couldn't give you a heads up that nobody wanted more CNN? I mean, they spent $300 million on CNN+. $300 million. Can I be honest, CNN? I think Stanley Tucci was playing you guys. Yeah. No, I think that dude knew exactly where Italy was. And he was just going to keep searching as long as you were paying. $300 million! Do you understand how much money that is? I mean, I do get it. Streaming, they say, is the future. You know, as the old saying goes, you got to spend money to make sure that Chris Cuomo doesn't get into wrongful termination lawsuits. And that's not the only big change going on at CNN. They just brought on Chris Licht, yeah, my man over there, Chris, as the new head of news. Oof. His first order of business, hire a guy who knows how to turn off the breaking news banner. Yeah. What happened with that? Did they just put it on during the OJ chase and then never figured out how to get rid of it? The news is not always breaking. But this is an interesting time for the media world. You know, as with many industries, the pandemic was a major disruption for journalists. But I also think it helped humanize you, honestly. You know, millions of Americans watched TV anchors reporting from inside their own homes. Meanwhile, reporters in print media were like, we get it, you have homes, way to show off. And we have to face the facts. The media is in a tough position. You did say that, Mr. President. Informing the American public is harder than ever before. You're battling conspiracy theories, that the election was stolen by George Soros, that JFK Jr. is still alive, that everyone in this room is a secret pedophile. And that's just what Clarence Thomas's wife believes. It's insane, people. This is truly the golden era of conspiracy theories. Whether it's the right wing, believing Trump can still win the 2020 election, or the left, believing Joe Biden can still win the 2024 election. Thank you, Mr. President. And so as we sit in this room tonight, people, I really hope you all remember what the real purpose of this evening is. Yes, it's fun. Yes, we dress nice. Yes, the people eat, they drink, we have fun. But the reason we're here is to honor and celebrate the Fourth Estate and what you stand for, an additional check and balance that holds power to account and gives voice to those who otherwise wouldn't have one. And like, I'm not just talking about like CNN or Fox or any of the other major organizations. I'm talking about everyone. You know, the young journalists we saw today, you know, intrepid journalists who aren't even in this room in Flint, Michigan, or that daring reporter at the Des Moines Register, or the unflinching local newscaster in El Paso, Texas. Every single one of you, whether you like it or not, is a bastion of democracy. And if you ever begin to doubt your responsibilities, if you ever begin to doubt how meaningful it is, look no further than what's happening in Ukraine. Look at what's happening there. Journalists are risking and even losing their lives to show the world what's really happening. You realize how amazing it is. Like, in America, you have the right to seek the truth and speak.
Worse yet, they're losing their lives to show you what's not happening.
The truth, even if it makes people in power uncomfortable, even if it makes your viewers or your readers uncomfortable. You understand how amazing that is? I stood here tonight and I made fun of the President of the United States, and I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine, right? Do you really understand what a blessing it is?
Libchella. Like, when is it more lib? I don't know.
It's happened for so long that it might slip your mind. It's a blessing. In fact, here, ask yourself this question. Honestly, ask yourself this question.
Like, when you get them all, so many of them together in a room like this. Shitlibfest.
If Russian journalists who are losing their livelihoods, as you were talking about, Steve, and their freedom for daring to report on what their own government is doing, if they had the freedom to write any words, to show any stories, or to ask any questions, if they had basically what you have, would they be using it in the same way that you do? Ask yourself that question every day, because you have one of the most important roles in the world. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you. Please be careful leaving tonight. We all know this administration doesn't handle evacuations well. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much.
Got him on the way out, too. All right, I'm going to give it to him. I want to give you a nuanced reply, though. In terms of whether or not he spoke to power, the answer is yes. But he wasn't consistent. And of course you can't do that if you're a lib and you don't have any fucking, you don't read theory, you know? So Zach, I'm sorry. No. No. So, I have to say, like, he sort of did it more than I thought he would. And while he wasn't great, he did sort of get a couple zingers in where he was critiquing people, I think, for, like, failing to use their power in the right way. But here's what I gotta say. At the end of the day, sometimes people like him are right, but for the wrong reasons, you know? He's right, but for the wrong reasons. So, like, some of his critiques are accurate, and I'm sort of laughing at it, but, like, not exactly in the way in which he thinks. I can't think of a good example, but other times other times I think he got it. He got it there at the end. They've botched the evacuation of Afghanistan. Okay, so it's a yes. Now, did I think he was especially funny? No. I honestly think I may have been funnier, but to a smaller group of people. As in, very few people in the room would have laughed, but more people in my chat would have. So I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy to be wrong about this. I thought he would not have spoken to power. I'm happy to be wrong. I'm happy he didn't entirely shit the bed. But it wasn't like mind blowing. You know, it was not mind blowing. And again, they wouldn't let anyone in the room that would. So I gotta put that out there too. So he did. I'm gonna say yes. Yeah. That's a ton of channel points, y'all. Wow. Sorry, Zach. There you go. And I laughed more than I thought I would too. So it is what it is. All right. Well, I was also making a little react content that whole time too, so I'm going to end this clip. If you're still watching on YouTube, like the video, subscribe, hit the bell, comment below, and support on Patreon for as little as $3 a month. All right. And make sure you come join us right here on twitch.tv/iDanSimpson. We hang out here pretty much every day. All right. Live chat. You stay right there. See you, YouTube. Love your face. Say goodbye to YouTube, chat. Say goodbye to YouTube. I'll let you say goodbye first. I don't want to go. Yeah. Okay. Bye, YouTube. Bye. That's good. Thank you, Zoot. That'll do. Oh, it didn't work. Oh, no. I tested this and everything, and it's broken. Shit. Why is it doing that? Bye, YouTube. Watch this.